Tensions between the United States and India are escalating sharply over energy and trade, with US President Donald Trump now threatening to significantly hike tariffs on Indian goods. This comes just days after a 25% tariff was imposed on Indian exports, and Trump now says that rate will rise very substantially within 24 hours. The reason? India's continued purchase of Russian oil, something Trump says is fueling the war machine in Ukraine. He's also criticised India for offering what he calls a zero tariff deal on US goods, saying it's not good enough given India's ongoing energy relationship with Moscow. The pressure campaign began in late July and has intensified quickly, with Trump stating that India's trade policies, particularly its tariffs, are too high and unfair to American exporters. However, New Delhi is pushing back, arguing that it's being unfairly singled out. India's foreign ministry pointed out that many of the very countries criticising India, including the US and European Union, are still trading extensively with Russia. In fact, the EU recorded nearly 68 billion euros in trade with Russia in 2024, including record imports of liquefied natural gas. The US too continues to import Russian uranium and other materials critical to its own energy and industrial sectors. But the pressure is already starting to weigh on India's economy. Ratings agency ICRA has revised its GDP growth forecast for the fiscal year 2026 down to 6% from 6.2%, citing US tariffs and uncertainty around further penalties and key risks. While India currently enjoys a $41 billion trade surplus with the US, that advantage could erode if a solution isn't found. Some of India's most vulnerable export sectors include textiles, auto components, tyres, chemicals, agrochemicals, and cuts and polished diamonds. These could be hardest hit by rising tariffs. Sectors like pharmaceuticals, petroleum products, and telecom instruments are expected to be more resilient. That's at least for now. What's clear is that without a diplomatic breakthrough, this standoff is heading toward a broader trade conflict, one with serious consequences, not just for India and the US, but for the global economy. For more of the latest international news updates, stay tuned here on NewsX World.